The UK's population has risen from 59 million to 66,500,000 since the fall of the millennium. There has been an average population increase of 0.5% a year. Consequently, this, combined with people living longer, has led to a housing shortage, known as the UK housing crisis. Conventional house building methods are slow, with the average house usually taking 6 to 9 months to complete. Quite simply, the UK cannot produce houses fast enough to keep up with demand. However, there is another house building technique that is beginning to gain traction. It is known as off-site manufacturing. Could it be the answer?
I first became aware of off-site manufacturing a few years ago. It's been used for a long time in commercial construction, but I only became aware of it in residential about a year ago. And that was through discussions with my business partner, who has spent 30 years in traditional construction, but now favours off-site manufacturing.
Traditionally in the UK, brick and block and timber frame have been the dominant construction methods. What is different about off-site modular? And what are its advantages?
We concluded through our research there are 3 very good reasons why off-site manufacturing, in our opinion, is superior to traditional construction in many ways. These are, number 1, speed of construction. We can typically reduce the build time by up to 40 to 50% when compared with traditional construction. The second aspect is predictable quality. Now, I'm not saying that the quality in traditional build is not good, but through the factory environment, we see much better quality and predictable quality coming out time after time. And the third one is the risk to changing market conditions. We found this one particularly interesting. This was brought to our attention by our investors, who liked the fact that because of the reduced construction time, their money wasn't exposed to changing market conditions for as long, and so they felt safer investing in our developments. Many people ask us, what is modular construction? Well, the particular type that I'm going to describe now is volumetric modular construction, and this means that the house is broken into different modules. And these modules are fully built out within the factory, so the walls, all the fixtures and fittings, so that includes the wiring, includes the plumbing, includes the kitchens and the bathrooms and the flooring. Everything is fitted within the factory environment. Each of those modules is then transported to site on the back of a lorry and then assembled in as little as 1 day. One particular area that modular construction really comes into its own is in airspace development. The reason for this, we don't need to disrupt the street scene, we don't need to disrupt the householders. We simply need to take the roof off, make sure that it's structurally sound, and then with a crane lift the new modules onto the top. And this is far, far easier, far, far quicker, and far better than traditional construction.
James Plesko is the CEO and founder of the Lesko Modular Group. James, along with his father, set up the company in 2017. But why modular homes?
There's a chronic shortage of good quality housing in this country, and I was also inspired by my own personal experience of buying a traditional build house off a national house builder. It was delivered behind schedule and to a poor quality standard. The key for us is early engagement with architects and developers. We often get brought site plans with no thought of going modular and off-site. Obviously the floor plans never really work for a factory environment. And it's really keen that we design our houses for manufacturing purposes.
So what do these homes look like? On closer inspection, not much different, and they are very customisable.
We currently manufacture 1 and 2 bed apartments built with a steel frame that can go up to 14 stories high. We manufacture 2, 3 and 4 bedroom houses made out of CLT or steel frame, and we're currently working on a design for a temporary accommodation unit.
Jack Randall is the project director at Lesko. He is going to show us inside the factory.
This is our factory. Come inside and have a look at some of the products we build.
The modules are built using a steel frame and laminated timber. The timber is made up of 5 layers and is incredibly strong. All of the modules have a waterproof membrane and foam insulation to protect from the damp and cold. The windows used are high-spec and improve the thermal insulation. The electrical wiring, plumbing and cladding is all done on location. And if that wasn't enough,
The kitchens and bathrooms are fitted in the modules before they leave the factory. You can even have your own choice of colours painted on the walls. There are several differences between off-site construction and traditional build, but the best way to describe it is you wouldn't build a car in a field, so why build a house there?
The construction of a modular home is made up of a series of modules. Once completed in the factory environment, those modules are transported to site. Once on site, those houses can be assembled into a completed unit or home in as little as 1 day.
one of the main benefits of modular homes is that off-site manufacturing can begin at the same time as the groundworks.
A question we're often asked is, what does a modular house look like? Well, modular houses can look exactly the same as your traditional brick-built houses, or they can look completely different. This is all down to the design and all down to the architecture. One thing, that is important to remember is that if you're going to use modular, you start with modular in mind, right from the planning process and right from the architectural process.
We have seen where the homes are built, but how do we buy one?
Modular homes are mortgageable. The key to mortgageability is giving lenders assurances that these are constructed to a higher standard. With companies like BOPAS and LABC and other assurance companies now providing warranties against modular homes, more and more lenders are now providing mortgages, high street lenders are now providing mortgages against modular homes. In my opinion, off-site manufacturing and modular construction is here to stay. It's very early, but it's growing very quickly. It's gaining popularity and it's going to become an important part in Britain solving its housing crisis.
There we have it. Modular is economical, fast and efficient. Will it help to solve the UK housing crisis? We're sure it will.